Look, man. Friday, we here with a banger. Y'all see the title. I got you. What's good? What's going on, man? It's your boy B. We back in this mud with another vid, man. Today we got some more Larry Bird, aka Larry the Legend. I don't even know if my button's working. No, they ain't even working. That's tough. But we got some Larry Bird here, man. The best Larry Bird 3-point shooting story ever told. This right here was made by Prime Larry Bird. Y'all look at this right here. I think it's channel 3. Oh, I gotta move. Yeah, there we go. Prime Larry Bird said, I'll be sure to go over there and check them out if you haven't done so already. So let's get straight to it, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, I already know what to do. Hit that like button. Subscribe, click the bell icon, turn notifications on so you don't miss no bangers, man. I told y'all I'm gonna be trying my best to drop at least 1 to 2, maybe 3 Larry Bird videos a week. I know we got a lot of Larry Bird fans over here on the channel, and I want to keep showing y'all love, and I want y'all to return the love. You know what I'm saying? So hit that like button, subscribe, and then hop straight into it, man. Let's get it.
Bird is one of the great shooters in the history of the sport. I mean, not good. He was great. He's one of the top 5 3-point shooters of all time. That's how good Bird is. Oh, yes. Won 3-point shooting contests. He was phenomenal. Bird's a great shooter.
This is the face of a Larry Bird denier.
Dude, hold on. Who's that? Who is that?
Bruh.
Damn, hold on. Who is this? I can't think of his name. I know you hoop in the NBA. I'm terrible with names, bro.
That's how good Bird is. Oh, yes. Won 3-point shooting contests. He was phenomenal. Bird's a great shooter.
This is the face of a Larry Bird denier because one seemingly innocuous comment about how great of a 3-point shooter Larry Bird was had him all in his feelings.
Doggy, it's just math. It's attempts, it's makes, and it's percentage. And there's no way you could ever argue Larry Bird is a top 3 3-point shooter of all time. There's plenty of people that have shot more, made more, and guess what? Made more at a higher percentage than Larry.
Who y'all got top 3 3-pointers of all time? For sure, on the list, hands down, Ray Allen. You know what I'm saying? Gotta throw Ray Allen up there. Now we saying all time. Can we? Is it too early to throw Curry? Cause Curry, man. You know what I'm saying. Even though we hate the shit, you know what I'm saying. He's Celtics fan. You know, y'all know how we get down over here. Curry definitely one of the top shooters in the league. And I don't know who third one. Maybe we talking about all time though. So like the GOATs of the GOATs. I don't know, bro. Like I don't know. Like I haven't really seen Larry Bird take a lot of 3-pointers, man. He more so be in that mid range when I be watching his highlights, but we're going to let them further explain.
Bird from 3. He's not one of the greatest 3-point shooters ever.
Now, as someone who claims to be a student of the game, why in the world would JJ Redick say something so idiotic? In the words of the great Roy Jones Jr., y'all must have forgot. JJ Redick, this video is dedicated to you.
I spent
JJ Redick was a shooter himself too, though. Point guard position, if I'm not mistaken. Point guard or like shooting guard. I think he was point guard though. JJ Redick. Yeah, JJ Redick was like known for his shooting.
That 80s era, and Larry Bird was one of the greatest 3-point shooters that's ever played this game. Fuck percentages. It ain't about that. It's about hitting big shots.
He said F percentages. Hold on, bro. Nah, look, he said F the numbers, bro. I played against him. I don't care if they say he was shooting 20%. He was making them.
Come on now, dog.
Nah, man.
Come on, man.
Bro, dope.
Things that he couldn't do as a player.
Michael Cooper.
Larry Bird hit more big 3-point shots than anyone, even to this day. And he did it in supreme fashion while trash talking every step of the way.
We're playing Phoenix, and we're way ahead, okay? When we're down in the old Saddle Dome that they had outside.
Right.
And Larry, we're playing good as a team. Larry has the worst fourth quarter known to man. I mean, he's throwing the ball to the other team. I'm like, good Lord, we had like a 15-point lead. Next thing you know, we're down 2. And I'm like, how in the world are we going to lose this game, man?
So we have a play, out of bounds play. Larry says, I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out, and I'm going to shoot a 3. And I'm like, No, don't do that. Like, let's shoot it 2, please. Go in the hole, try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game.
So, Larry not only tells me that, he walked by the bench and says, typical Birdie, just real slow, fixing to bust a 3 on your guys and go home. And so he breaks the play.
Max look how bro jumping, though.
Loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good! It's good! And the Celtics win it!
I know. Yeah, look, when they get the scratch and nigga get the scratch in the back of his head, dog. That's what he. Watch the scratch on the back of the head, bro. He know that was crazy, bro.
103 to 101. By Larry Bird at the buzzer.
That was a crazy shot.
He gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball at the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball is in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, "Told you so!" He stops running to the locker room. And I just started laughing. I was like, oh, man.
That was Birdie. And he had the confidence. Man, that dude had so much confidence. He talked to the coaches. He talked to everybody. He was talking trash all the time, man. But fun. Great competitive.
Bird talk trash to the
Kevin
coaches?
McHale failed to mention is that Larry Bird had not taken a single three-pointer that entire game.
Hey, JJ, I hope you're listening. Larry Bird was the first player to make the three-point shot a strategic weapon. You weren't out there taking 14 or 15. He liked to use it as a dagger in the fourth quarter. Nobody else used it as strategically as Larry Bird did.
Even Michael Jordan understood that shooting too many threes was not the best way to win.
Here's Jordan for 3. Yes!
I will argue that shooting threes, I mean, it's more than just shooting. I mean, you do got to be able to score, but I feel like defense is more important, especially because if everybody just scoring baskets, then I mean, it's going to be a straight offensive game. But from a 2K perspective, playing the game, shooting threes is essential, especially like who get ball first, you up 3 and you knocking them down and you consistent with it. And you got the team beat, especially on them 2v2s or 3v3s. It really don't matter. Threes is an essential part of the game. So I kind of like, I don't really agree with him too much on his statement, but I can understand where he's coming from. But yeah, you're going to need them threes for sure.
Did you see that one?
When you have that mentality, as I found out in the first game, of making threes, you don't go to the hole as much. You go to the three-point line and you start sitting there waiting for someone to find you. And that's not my mentality. And I don't want to create that because it takes away from all phases of my game. My game is a fake drive to the hole, penetrate, dish off, dunk or whatever.
But for some reason, JJ Redick actually thinks basketball is just a math equation. And he couldn't be more wrong. Just because 3 is more than 2 doesn't mean you should jack up a bunch of threes.
That's different.
Larry Bird not only was a great three-point shooter, but he had one of the highest basketball IQs in NBA history. And even he never averaged over 4 three-point attempts per game in any season. But he shot them and made them when they truly mattered. Like in this game, when the Celtics were down by 3 with 7 seconds to go. And then this happened.
Crowd is standing up. It goes now to Bird. Bird goes up top.
Hey, did Bird practice that shot or something, bro? There's no way he's just super consistent like that we're not even talking about a standing shot 3. Like, this guy's literally running and shooting at the same time. It's crazy to me.
That's tough! A 3-point field goal for Bird. 4 seconds left.
Look, this is not a normal 3-pointer. It's like a floater shot. Like,
my goodness.
And if you think that one-legged three-point shot was luck, well, explain this. Because in that same game, in overtime, with 2 seconds left, and the Celtics down by 1, this happened.
And he aims to inbounds for the Celtics, trailing by 1, 2 seconds left. In the Bird, he fires.
Facial too.
Unbelievable.
That was a facial one right there.
There's something to be said for the guy who does it when you have to have it done, as opposed to those guys that can do it for the first 3 quarters. But do you see Steph Curry? Can you say he's the best shooter that we've ever seen?
No, I don't know about that. The thing is, anybody can shoot it when it's tied. It's when you're down 1 or down 2. I mean, how many guys make?
You know what it is? I'm going to tell y'all what it is, man. Hold on. Go to the big screen real quick. I'm going to break it down for you. Shooting threes just to be shooting threes is totally different from shooting threes when it matter. And when we say when it matter, when the game is on the line. When the game is on the line, everything is different. Because if you miss this, you the reason why your team lost. Versus it's randomly in the game and it's like, okay, we'll get it back in this position. Ain't no more possession. You know what I mean? So I can understand where they're coming from. It's a lot more pressure on the actual basketball player when it comes to shooting in those very intense moments towards the end of the game. So I can see where they're coming from.
That shot.
But since JJ Redick loves his numbers so much, let's compare prime Larry Bird's 3-point numbers with Steph Curry's 2016 unanimous MVP season.
Since you started using
hey, look, he about to be coming out with them numbers, pencil and notepad. All right, talk to me, dog. Talk to me, man.
From the MVP season, Steph Curry shot 45.4% from 3, while Larry Bird shot 42.3% from 3.
How many shots though?
In a vacuum, using only this number, the unsophisticated analyst might assume that Steph Curry was a better 3-point shooter than Larry Bird, but not so fast. How about we compare each player to the 3-point shooters of their own era? In 2016, the league average 3-point percentage was 35.4%. This means that Steph Curry was 28% better than league average. In 1985, the league average 3-point percentage was 28.2%.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Oh, man. Bro, that's crazy right there, dog. That's down there, what, 30-something? That's crazy, bro. 34, somewhere around there.
This means that Larry Bird was 51% better than league average.
Wait, what? Bro, how you get? I ain't finished school, bro.
Come on now, dog.
Hey, man, hold on. How is he getting 51 out of this right here? Am I looking at something wrong?
That's tough!
So, in reality, Larry Bird dominated the 3-point line in his era even better than 2016 unanimous MVP Steph Curry. But numbers don't make an argument. Their only purpose is to supplement what we already know to be true.
If the 3-point shot was what it is today, back in the 80s, Bird would have scored 50 a game. He made every mid-ranger in the world, and he was a 90% free throw shooter. Outside of one jumper when he missed the game 4 jumper.
I remember y'all told me he was in that 90, was it that 90, 50, 40 club, or was it? I can't remember. I'm not even gonna lie, man.
Bruh.
But y'all told me he did shoot over like 90% or whatever from the free throw line, or 90% from the free throw line. I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. For real. You don't really see that too often in today's era, bro.
Against Magic, he had a broken hand.
That's crazy.
I don't recall ever a big shot in a big game that he ever missed.
So, answer this question. If you need one player to hit one 3-point shot to save your life, who are you taking? Steph Curry, who lost the 3-point shooting contest 5 times to his peers? Or Larry Bird, who won the 3-point shooting contest back to back to back?
And then he missed one, and that's the one they said he lost because I guess he missed the, I don't know if he didn't just intended it or something. But I remember I did a video to the 3-point contest, and that y'all was saying that he missed it, so we ain't gonna really count it. So, but that's crazy though.
There were pros back then. There were cons back then. But to say anything disparaging about Larry Bird and his perimeter shooting and his three-point shooting,
crazy.
Asinine. Like JJ, he probably beat your ass in a 3-point shooting contest today.
And though it sounds like hyperbole, this is what a 60-year-old Larry Bird did at an Indiana Pacers practice.
So the whole team is just stretching, and Larry just walks on the court, grabbed the ball, and started jacking threes like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, do y'all see this right now? And he made like at least 10 in a row threes, like just in a row, and walked off and sat like he ain't do nothing. Like it was regular, and folded his legs and just sitting there looking at us. I'm like, yo, this guy's nice.
Shit like that.
I'm like,
shit like
man,
that.
that's a legend right there.
Speaking of shooting threes, Coach, you at the 3-point competition, walking in the locker room, who's playing? Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I scored so bad. Because Leon Wood never crossed the 3-point line. All he did was he always shot threes. So I thought he might be the competition. When I walked in there, he's sitting there, and I said, okay, now they're down to the nitty-gritty. Who's coming in second? Because you already know who's going to win this.
Larry is cashing out. Like, he's cashing out, dude. Do we need takeout trays? Because he going crazy right now, bro. Down the Monko. Oh, he finding him. Look, he finding it up.
A little nervous.
And after Larry Bird hit 11 straight threes in this final round, he decided to hit one off the backboard just for fun.
Oh, wait a second. Off the glass.
That chick said my name on it for a week now.
Nah, Larry's too great, bro.
And then
what a lawn that
Larry's
looks
too
like.
Great, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy, bro.
The walk-off with your hand up. I mean, come on, Coach. Come on.
You know, when you're shooting them, you don't know what the score is.
Right.
But I had a feeling by the way the crowd was going, I had to make the last one. And that one there looked perfect all the way. So if it would have bounced out, I would have felt like an idiot. Well, but it went in, I got lucky and got the check and went home.
Larry Bird winning the long-distance shootout for the third year in a row.
Now imagine that. Larry Bird, who didn't even see a 3-point line until after he entered the NBA, didn't even
the fake.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
See a 3-point line until after he entered the NBA.
Bro, really fell
Take it in the face, then now watch him shoot it. Unbelievable. You know how far away that is?
Somehow became the greatest, most clutch 3-point shooter of all time. And he did it in the most physical era of basketball. I don't care what JJ Redick says.
When I watch Steph Curry off the ball in a playoff game,
he's great.
Getting grabbed and held by Marcus Smart, they're attached to him at all times.
Right.
Then when I watch Larry Bird come off a pin down and no one's within 5 feet of him and they're shooting the gap, you're telling me
who's number 30, 32?
Bird come off a pin down and no one's within 5 feet of him and they're shooting the gap. You're telling me one is more physical than the other? You're telling me that's more physical than Steph Curry being grabbed and held for 48 minutes?
Bro, they played way more physical back then. What is JJ Redick? Hey, brother. Yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? They barely play defense in today's age, bro. I honestly believe, yes, Smart, we won't have to believe he won Defensive Player of the Year, but, bro, people rarely play defense nowadays, bro. Yes, you might see a highlight play here and there. Bro, they run down the court, wide open, just shoot, bro. They just be shooting, man. Personally, that's what I believe, bro, but I don't know, man.
Bird come off a pin down and no one's within 5 feet of him and they're shooting the gap. You're
and
telling me
got
one
Bill
is
Lambert
more physical than the other? You're telling me that's more physical
out there playing football
than Steph Curry being grabbed and held for 48 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, JJ continues to embarrass his university and diminishes the worth of a Duke degree by speaking with such colossal ignorance in public, with such arrogance and authority. It's idiocy that suggests that a no hand checking finesse league where people are camping out 42 and a half feet from the basket is more physical than the NBA of 30. Oh my God, let's talk about 50 or 60 years ago, but even 30 years ago. When does he come up with this? This defies common sense.
And Michael Cooper, who was Larry Bird's toughest defender in the 80s.
Michael Cooper. Oh, y'all can't even see the video. Oh man, that's on me. Michael Cooper. Bro. I'll wind it back just in case y'all, you know what I'm saying, I want to see the visuals. But
unbelievable.
You gotta check out Michael Cooper. Michael Cooper gave Larry Bird hell.
The greatest, most clutch three-point shooter of all time. And he did it in the most physical era of basketball. I don't care what JJ Redick says.
Right. When I watch Steph Curry off the ball in a playoff game.
Oh, he's great.
Getting grabbed and held by Marcus Smart. They're attached to him at all times.
Right.
Then when I watch Larry Bird come off a pin down and no one's within 5 feet of him and they're shooting the gap. You're telling me one is more physical than the other? You're telling me that's more physical than Steph Curry being grabbed and held for 48 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, JJ continues to embarrass his university and diminishes the worth of a Duke degree by speaking with such colossal ignorance in public, with such arrogance and authority. It's idiocy that suggests that a no hand checking finesse league where people are camping out 42 and a half feet from the basket is more physical than the NBA of 30. Oh my God, let's talk about 50 or 60 years ago, but even 30 years ago. When does he come up with this? This defies common sense.
I will argue that a lot of players now, like y'all had just seen, they kind of like over exaggerate certain stuff just so that they can get a foul call. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy.
And Michael Cooper, who was Larry Bird's toughest defender in the 80s, took JJ Redick's comments very personally.
You know what? Watch your mouth, man, when you're talking about former players and who can do this and who can do that. Because the game changed in the 80s because it was so physical. In today's NBA, I don't know what game he's looking at. You can't touch the guy. Anytime you touch anybody, a three-point shooter, come close to them when they're landing, it's a foul. To say that Steph is getting more contact, man, that guy has no clue of how basketball was played in the 80s. And I guarantee you this, JJ Redick, if you had played in the 80s, this is Michael Cooper talking, I'd have locked your ass up. You wouldn't.
Shit like that.
Damn! That's tough! Oh, man.
You got a shot off, you wouldn't have got nothing off. You had spent more time on the bench than on the floor. When I was on the floor, you couldn't have played when I was on the court.
When
it comes to burning fat and building muscle for a guy.
What is it, Brandon Cooper? He talking his toe.
Bruh.
Okay, I can get down with that.
For JJ Redick.
I was on the floor. You couldn't have played when I was on the court.
For JJ Redick to disrespect an entire generation of basketball players, what did he expect?
First of all, Redick don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm going to say it, right?
I agree.
He don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm like, what basketball was you watching? To say something as idiotic as that is ridiculous. And for J.J. Redick, who've played this game, I'm very disappointed that he has said something so stupid. When I hear that, and I'm like, you really don't know, do you? Yeah. We had our time. It was a great time. It's their time now.
Yes.
But don't crap on us to prove your point. Yeah. Because it doesn't make sense and it's not valid. I don't hate on these guys.
You're responding right now.
Yeah.
You're not.
I don't hate on these guys. These guys are great. I just don't like the disrespect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to say that about Larry Bird, it's just
Come on now, dog.
Stupid comment to make.
Come on, man.
Somewhere along the way, common basketball knowledge was lost. But hopefully, these Larry Bird stories enlighten you to why the world fell in love with basketball in the first place.
Talk to
this
me.
particular play down, it was a timeout, and they're coming down, and Larry gets me at the top of the key, and he's walking me underneath this basket. He goes, Cooper, I'm ready to wear your ass out. What? Okay, I get down to my best defensive stance. He goes down the lane. He comes off the left side, and Robert Parrish sets a pick. And we knew the play. We knew what was coming up. And Kareem was ready, and as Larry comes off the pick, shoulder to shoulder with Parrish, and I'm trailing behind him, he gets the basketball right about the elbow. And he gets the ball, and he goes up, and Kareem stops him from turning the corner. Larry catches the ball, he goes up in the air, and here I come. And I'm like, I'm getting ready to smash this shit, man. So I jump up, and I got my hand, and I don't know how Larry got this ball between Kareem and I. Because Kareem had his hands up. I'm coming with my right hand, and he hit a great pass. Like I said, I don't know how he got it to him. Hits Robert Parrish, and Larry looks over his shoulder at me, and he laughs. He said, I told you, motherfucker. And you know what?
Bruh.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Nah, man. Larry talking that talk out there on that court, man. I love it, bro.
But it's also had a telling effect on Michael Cooper.
And honestly, bro, he don't look like bro was nowhere to be found on that play.
Kareem had his hands up. I'm coming with my right hand.
Yeah, if that's him chasing him.
And he hit a great pass.
He ain't even jump.
Like I said, I don't know how he got it to him. Hits Robert Parrish, and Larry looks over his shoulder at me, and he laughs. He said, I told you, motherfucker. And you know what?
But it's also had a telling effect on Michael Cooper underneath the basket. They're wearing him out.
That's what made Larry larger than life, because if anybody in today's game, maybe Steph Curry comes off that, they force that shot up there. They try to get the shot off, but that's the difference between Larry. That play right there softens you up for the next time. Now Kareem's not going to jump out. Now Larry's wide open to shoot the ball. So I would expect former players to really understand that.
I see what you're saying.
But I never, ever discount another player at any decade. I hate Larry Bird, but I respect the hell out of that man. And Larry Bird was one of the greatest three-point shooters that's ever played this game. Fuck percentages.
Shit like that. Nah, man. That's lit, man. That's gonna do it. I don't want the it's gonna cut off to something else. You guys go though, man. Nah, Michael Cooper, I called him Brandon Cooper. That's tough. I'm chatting. Michael Cooper, man. Look, we gotta check Michael Cooper out, bro. It seems like he gave Larry Bird pretty much hell. So we're gonna have to check Michael Cooper out, man. But there you guys go, man. Best Larry Bird 3-point shooting story ever told, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video as well as much as I did, man. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like, hit that sub button if you want to see more Larry Bird content. Like I said, man, I'm gonna try my best to drop at least like 1 or 2 videos throughout the week for all my Larry Bird fans out there. But anyways, man, with that being said, be sure to check out one of the videos at the end of the screen, because it's definitely a banger. I would miss it if I was